internet in here is nowhere near as good as it is at the place where I've been live streaming from before. My internet's been actually really bad recently. But as promised, I'm just peeling potatoes. Nothing else exciting gonna be happening here. I mean, maybe we'll see. Maybe I'll chat about some things. Especially if you guys have any good discussion happening in the comments. Remember the best way to do this. Already lost one print just by saying I'm just potatoes. That's great. I love it. Everyone, say hi in the chat as you join. And let me know as you come in. Tell me what your plans are for Thanksgiving if you are in the U.S. and celebrate that sort of thing. That's why I'm peeling potatoes, by the way. I have Friendsgiving this afternoon, so I said I would bring mashed potatoes, so I gotta peel potatoes and make some potatoes. Hello, Jaden, Patata, yep, and Alex, and Marius, how's it going? I forgot to do, well, not forgot, I didn't have to do a stream on Wednesday. I really wanted to do one on Tuesday or Wednesday because my TED Talk went live that day, and I wanted to chat about it, but I was very busy, so I didn't. Bren wants me to help them name their dog. What kind of dog is it? Oh, I dropped some potato. I'm gonna drop a lot of potato. We'll just clean it all up later. Tell me what kind of dog it is, and we can all brainstorm names. Do you have any names already that you're thinking of? I'm doing pretty well. I had a good day. Got up a little earlier than usual. Got a good workout in, which is good since I'm having a big Thanksgiving dinner today. So now I'll feel a little bit less guilty about how much I'm gonna eat. Oh, thanks for all the likes, Jaden. That's awesome. Yeah, free spin is great. You should all try out free spin. It's fun. Hello, Annalise and Zizaboo and Quentin and Carson. What's my favorite band? Alex wants to know. Let's see. You know what? I feel like any band I'm gonna say right now it's gonna turn out that they have been outed as being sexual abusers or something, because that's like the world we're in right now, which is great. And I'm not saying that sarcastically. It is good that we're, people are getting their stories out there, and we know who these folks are now. Say any band I like because of that. Who was I thinking of yesterday? I feel like there was like a queer woman musician that I was like, I really like that person. Who was that yesterday? Now I can't think who. This is gonna bother me. I have to figure this one out. Is that Spotify? I can't believe who your favorite band has become such long, big question for me. Historically, I really love Of Montreal, but I know Kevin Barnes is not a great person, which is why I got on that whole rant about no matter who I say, it's going to be a bad answer. I like Tegan and Sarah. They're probably safe to say. They're a great punk. I was supposed to see their show, Subway. Wasn't working out in my favor. It was very sad. But I will see them again someday. For anyone who doesn't know, Downtown Boys, the saxophonist in Downtown Boys is the keyboardist in Harry and the Potters, which is a good friend of mine. So if you're into Harry and the Potters, you should check out Downtown Boys. It's totally different, and he doesn't play a huge role in the band, but they're amazing. Who am I having with? With my friends and my neighbors. It's a Friendsgiving. Anyone else doing Friendsgiving this year? I think it's great because sometimes Thanksgiving sucks for people. So to get to do it with your found family or just like your BFFs is a good time. All of these this going to it's for real Thanksgiving. I'm not going home since my family lives in the South and it's expensive to go there. quite really a Friendsgiving, even though I'm going to be friends on actual Thanksgiving, because, like, their family is the thing that I'm just going to. Is drinking and eating turkey with their roommate. That's awesome. Carson, you're moving on Thanksgiving. Moving on Thanksgiving Day. That's, like, maybe good, because, I don't know, like, most people will be busy with Thanksgiving, so maybe there'll be less traffic. Maybe there'll be more traffic, because everyone's going different plans for Thanksgiving. Oh, Jaden's from the UK. Alright, well, I'm jealous of you. You guys are just full Christmas mode already over there. I know your Christmas commercials have already begun. Your infamous Christmas commercials. Let's see. Yeah, Annalise, are you from New York? Saying that gets in the way of plans, especially lately. Cool. Alright, I think I'm all caught up on comments now. I think a lot of you have joined what all of your Thanksgiving plans are, but I guess I've sort of asked that again. Halloween ends and Christmas begins. I'm not sure if I'd be okay with that or not. I'm usually pretty strict on the whole, like, can't start Christmas stuff until after Thanksgiving. You know, a little less strict on that this year, because I think we all need any kind of joy in our lives possible. I just want to see how this is going. I have a lot of potato peel things. Much food waste. It makes me really happy that I compost, because otherwise I just feel very wasteful right now. Yes, Edward, I am peeling spuds. That is the point of this live stream right now. That is what we're doing. This mode. Annalise from Brooklyn is convinced that Christmas starts December 1st. Yeah, kind of feel that. Well, I go after Thanksgiving. As soon as Thanksgiving is done, you know, the day after Thanksgiving is fine, because that's usually close to December 1st anyways. Edward, are you Irish? You're saying the potatoes thing either saying is what's Irish of me. I am Irish, although not like a I'm from Ireland way. I'm Irish in an American way of how, say, we have various heritages that we don't really know anything about. What kind of potato? It is a weird potato peeler. I don't have a traditional kind, so this is like a, I don't know, safety or ergonomic kind. You just kind of like put it on your finger like a ring, and then just go like this. I don't know. It works pretty good. I don't remember when I got it. I feel like it was probably in a big box of things that my mom got me from a garage before I moved into my first apartment or something. Quentin, where are you in Massachusetts? You said that you woke up to snow. I know it was snowing up near Ithaca last week, which was wild. My coworkers was showing me, we had a video chat meeting, and she had snow all over her yard. I gotta say, these potatoes smell good, even though they're still red. Maybe I'm just really hungry. I'm gonna eat so much at Friendsgiving. Ah, Potsdam, New York. That's upstate, right? I'm one of those awful investors upstate above Manhattan. Is favorite episode of Will It Waffle? And I really liked the slime episode. I really did. I'm actually sad that it hasn't like gotten as many views as I want. And part of that's probably because I botched the upload on. Give me a shout in the comments if you were there for the upload of Will It when it said Will It Waffle, and I didn't notice because I was in a small town in Ireland with no cell service. Will It Waffle episodes, do I heart waffle? I guess I like all the weird ones, a little experimental, like Will 2016 Waffle, fun. But in terms of like actual food, ramen is always, I think, gonna be my favorite. Will Ramen Waffle. It's pretty good stuff. What else? I forget. I've done so many Will It Waffle episodes, I often forget things that I've waffled. Like, a while ago, I discovered that I had pickles. I still don't remember doing that. uh, oh, thank you for all the likes, Annalise. Oh, you're now my #1 fan. How about that? Um, Quentin, did I actually think beer was gonna waffle? I mean, not really. I thought something a little more exciting would happen than it just boiling. I considered what I was reading with that episode is, in Texas. Oh my gosh, Aaron, so much for tipping all those bars. You totally rock. Also, you spell your name Aaron Andrews does. Do you know him? Is that partially how you were inspired, or is it a coincidence? For everyone else, Aaron Andrews is a trans guy. Look, some assembly required, and a lot of people know him for. He does a lot of projects with Hill, who's a woman of trans experience, and they were together as teenagers. Anyways, back to your question, Quentin. So the state fair in Texas is like the fried capital of the world. Fry all kinds of things. Beyond just potatoes, they fry bars and Oreos, but also like butter and beer. So you can get fried beer there. And so I did a lot of research on like what that means and how they make it. And I thought maybe I would try to do something like that, waffled Guinness. And I didn't like how that was, or like I think like fried beer really is you're just literally just eating fried like dough that is beer flavored somehow. Oh, thanks for all the likes, Hannah. And I was just like, well, that sounds silly. I'd rather just see what happens if I straight up poured beer on a waffle iron. So that's what I did. What about the episode where I low-key set a minor kitchen fire? Asks Eli. So, okay, I was making just put the English way, where you put brandy or something over the pudding, which is not, for me, I mean, it's not like a snack pudding. Pudding is like their word for dessert, generally. United Kingdom people can correct me in the comments. But a Christmas pudding, it's like a small cake kind of thing. You pour some alcohol, and then you light a match over it, and you should get this nice little glow, like a blue glow. And that for waffle, when I was going to waffle a Christmas pudding, but I'd never done it before, so I ended up with a huge flame. But fortunately, it was really quick, like it just went I mean, I did have a fire extinguisher on hand, but yeah, bigger flame affected, and everything was fine. The best part is that I got a GIF out of it. Oh, and Aaron says just a change in spelling from there, so it suits him better. That's very cool. I've got quite a few named Aaron who have changed one way or the other from Aaron names to something else. Favorite part of coming to Ireland? Oof. So I've been to Ireland a handful of times before. Never done touristy stuff until this time, and I gotta say, you got some good there. I loved the Guinness storehouse. That was so. I was mostly in, and then out in like the City West area for LeakyCon. Cool story about LeakyCon for anyone who wasn't there. So we were staying at this like sort of smaller outskirts of Dublin, weird hotel / golf club kind of thing. And the conference was in there. For anyone who doesn't know, LeakyCon is a Harry Potter fan conference. And towards the end of the conference, there were a lot more people at the hotel, like a lot of Irish people. And we tried to like book our hotel for another night, and it was all booked up. And we finally found out that there had, oh shoot, what's it called? Edward, you might have to help me out here. What's the big sport over there called? That's kind of like rugby. Hurling, I think it is. Yeah, there was this huge hurling match, and I forgot what the name of the tournament was, but Galway had like both their under 17s and their like main team had made it into the finals, and all of the teams and all of their fans were staying at the same hotel as LeakyCon. And so all the rooms were like booked up. No one expected them to make it that far. Yes, the All Ireland final, that was it. And then they won, and the hotel was just absolutely freaking wild. Like, it was, wow, it felt like we got a really true, like, Irish experience, because it was just, like, hundreds of people from Galway there. And after the team had won, there were, like, the buses bringing the teams back, and people, like, all gathered around in the driveway of the hotel trying to meet all the players and, like, cheering and singing, and there were news crews. And there were people, you know, kind of dressed up in costume-ish like you do for sports affairs. And late, even that night, they were like all in the lobby of the hotel. There was like, it was like a mosh pit, and they were just like doing toasts and then singing and screaming. It was wild. Trump poster. There's no Trump poster behind me. I don't know what you're saying, but there's no Trump poster behind me. But anyway, that was a fun, unique Irish experience that I had while I was there. I did see a question in a bit ago about why I have mini wheats in my room. Let's see, which way do I move? This way. Yeah. Um, it's above, I think I put magazines in there, or maybe old journals. It's just, you know, I was cleaning my room one time and I needed a box, and that was a box I had, so I put stuff in it. Dude, Taco Bell Munchie, you should tell me what you think is a Trump poster, because I'm scared of what looks like a Trump poster to you. Alright, my hands are covered in potato, but I'm going to try to script in the chat, because I think I missed some ago. Oh, hello from Slovenia. Nice. Oh, someone said I'm breaking up a lot, and is terrible, so guys, I would like it to be better. Trust me, it is much more annoying to me to have to work with this slow internet. Oh, someone from Finland has already seen some Christmas. In Finland, do you also drink julmust like they do in Sweden? I'm probably not pronouncing it correctly, but that's how we say it over here, because I love it. Your Christmas soda, it's my favorite. Let's see. Hello from Maryland and Buffalo, New York. Yes, I'm gonna make mashed potatoes. I'm gonna boil them soon. I did make a video with Jackson Milo. He's great. Everyone should go subscribe to him. He made a really good video recently about basically the validity of non-binary genders. It was very well done. I'm always impressed how someone as young as him just, you know, thinks about things so well already. Missouri. Cool. Ooh, we got a question about being prepared to be misgendered during family Thanksgiving. So I did make a video about this. I'll actually find it to link it for you. Not specifically about being misgendered, but last year for Thanksgiving, I just kind of made a like Thanksgiving survival kit video. And if you haven't watched it before, it might be helpful. And I think I also put some additional resources in the description box that you can check out as well. That might be helpful. I'm going to put this in the chat for you. So that video is just sort of some advice on how to handle Thanksgiving if you're going to be with relatives who aren't super accepting. Oh, Theo is not Finnish. He is just in Finland. He's Austrian. Well, you should check almost, because I bet they have some in Finland. Oh, telling your parents you're trans when you know they aren't accepting of it. Well, I mean, definitely, if you think they're not going to be accepting, be prepared to have, you know, an escape route, someone that you can stay with. Just take whatever safety precautions you need to. But I will say sometimes you can be surprised. As outwardly transphobic or homophobic as some people can be, when a loved one comes out, and sometimes it changes them. You might be surprised how much they actually care about you. Now, if that's not the case, and you can tell like it's a bad situation, and, you know, they're maybe abusive in some way, like, then, I mean, I would consider whether you need to tell them, or if you put up with it until you're able to, you know, be old enough to move out on your own. You know, you got to balance everything for your situation. Let's see. if you go to my TED Talk, I'm going to be directing people to my TED Talk forever because I put together such a great list of resources. So if you go to my TED Talk, I'll put the link in the chat. There's a bunch of resources on there, and there's a lot of resources for trans people, you know, grappling with coming out and all kinds of things like that. And there's also a lot of resources for family and parents and allies. So if they are at least at the point of, you know, you being able to kind of talk to them, or maybe you can slip them some resources, that might help. So if you just go here, oops, and then click on like reading list, then you can see some of those suggestions there. Also, you know what's fun is TED made this shortcut for my video as well, which I think is really cool. And type it now. If you go to ted.com/transrespect, it goes to my talk. I think that's very cool. I'm pretty stoked about that. Okay, potatoes are ready to be boiled and then mashed. Not put in a stew though. Just boiled and mashed. Edward says there's a small chance that they could be involved in a TED event. Was I anxious? I mean, yes. I was very nervous. It was a 4-month-long process for me. And fortunately, I had, like, everyone at TED headquarters helping me out. You know, the best expertise I could possibly have helping me along. And I do also have an entire lifetime's experience of writing and performing and public speaking. So I wasn't nearly as nervous as some other people who were giving talks that day, or as other people might be, but I was still nervous because, you know, it's a TED Talk and that's really like legit, and I knew a lot of people would see the video, and, you know, you only get one take for the video. But I think the most important thing is to just kind of relax and be yourself to the most extent you can, and prepare, you know, be as prepared as possible. If you're memorizing your talk, you should be able to recite it while you are standing on one leg with the TV blaring. That's what they always said to us about memorizing. So just memorize, 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 make sure you're totally prepared, but still try to be as authentic as possible. If you have any opportunities for being able to, like, take some classes on, like, improvisation, or anything like that, that just gets you a little bit more loose, and thinking about the kind of stage presence that you have, that's super helpful. And take your time with it. You can, if you watch my video, you can tell I'm going really fast at the beginning because I got nervous. But take a little breath before you get started, you know, take in the scene around you, and do the same thing at the end, or any time that you have kind of an emotional pause or a laugh break. Don't be afraid to take your time, because if you have a little pause, like, people think you're really considering your next words. So not only is it helpful for you to kind of lower your heart rate, but it also lets the audience kind of digest what you've been saying a little bit. It's a good tool. Rook JB, John, is that you? Am I competitive? But I mean, I'm not competitive. I'm making these potatoes for myself. I know there's going to be other potatoes at Friendsgiving, but I won't be able to eat them because they're going to be made with dairy. And I'm making these vegan so I can eat them. Maybe I'll eat all of them. You know, if you really wanted to convince me, you should have spelled John incorrectly. Like, that's easy enough. Come on. All right, I need to go finish making these, but thank you to everyone for watching for this little quick liveness thing. And thank you to everyone who liked or tipped some bars. You rock. I hope you all have fantastic Friendsgivings or Thanksgivings. I'm going to try to get a video up for Wednesday. Not sure what it's going to be about yet, but definitely watch that Thanksgiving survival kit video, and I'll share it more on social media this week, because I mean, I haven't watched it since last year, so maybe it sucks, but I remember it being a pretty effective video. And anyone who doesn't know who I am, who just sort of joined because I'm trending on the LGBT tag, follow me everywhere. Jack is not a bird. I make YouTube videos and podcasts, and I'm around on social media, so yeah, follow me. And thank you all for watching, and happy Thanksgiving to people who celebrate, sure. Yes.